Not sure the correlation, but with Halloween just around the corner, I'm going to address cheating in the online classroom. First, let's define cheating. I believe it is going beyond what is between the ears to provide the answers to questions. Now, obviously, this would be situations where the class has defined the curriculum, the syllabus, and the instructors let the students know we want them to give the answers about the knowledge they've gained from the class. Ways we can take care of this are many. Before we address this, let's stop and think for just a second. Even the best of students, those exemplary in a classroom, may find it hard not to get the answers with it right at their fingertips. I can easily reach for my phone, do a Google search, a Yahoo search, find the answers to the questions I'm looking for. Okay, put my phone away. But wait, I can pull out my tablet, pull the answers right off of here. Too easy. I could hide this out of sight. All right, put this away. Oh, wait. I've got a bigger tablet. I could do the same thing. All with similar resources, giving me answers to questions. Does not let me know as the instructor you have a mastery of the material we're trying to introduce and have you pull together. Now, how can we address this? I believe the foremost way to go about this is to define the time for a test and make for a smaller window for the students to answer the questions. Specifically, take a quiz, a test, an assessment, question by question. Provide the single question, a short window to answer the question. When the question is answered, let the student have a breather, wait until the next question is shown, let them hit a button to go on to the next question, and again, the timer begins again. I think this is an excellent method because with a short window, there may not be enough time for the student to Google, as we use Google as a verb now, the answer to the question. Now, one honest problem with this way of going about the process is students may get short fuses and feel as if this is causing stress on them, and I can appreciate this. And so we've got to find a balance if we're going to go with this method. A short window is not a bad idea, but I believe truly some of the students may be left behind, where they may not score well or struggle on an exam, but in reality, their grasp of the material was better than it appears to be by their scores. Another thing to look at, how about if we plant questions into the actual test itself, lead to the material that is actually not what they're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be, what they need to be learning. I can think of a fascinating example. One of the great, at this point now, people in the history of technology is a man by the name of Gordon Moore, one of the founders of Intel Corporation. Almost 50 years ago, Mr. Moore proposed the idea technology, transistors, would double in their capacity every couple of years, every 2 years. What's fascinating, if you were to go ahead and do a search on this topic about Gordon Moore and his theories, you would find multiple answers on the first page of your results. Some would indicate 1 year, some would say 18 months, some would say 2 years. With varied answers, we can expect students who are doing some research of this type versus giving the answer from the information provided from the instructor to give an answer not correct. Other ways to do this would be simply to say, you know what, we can go ahead and plant information and do so in a way that it leads the student down a path to give the answer, which is not necessarily the correct answer, but one that pretty clearly defines they have used outside resources to get the answer. Once we know this, we pull out the ruler. Ow, right on the knuckles. Okay, we're not going back to school like that. Planted questions. I think it has potential. Another different direction to go, how about making the test an open book exam? Take away the cheating altogether. Now to do so, we need to go beyond simply true, false, multiple choice questions. We need to ask a challenging question, many challenging questions. Make the material more complicated in a way that goes beyond just saying answers are black and white. Incorporate the class lectures. Look at the homework. Bring it together. Things that cannot be easily Googled to get what we need to get if we're the student. Randomizing the questions as well as the answers. This can help reduce collaboration on a test. Idea thinking that collaboration, a nice word for sharing resources, is great when we're looking to do things as a team. However, when as instructors we expect assessment to provide us information about each student individually and their knowledge on a topic, if there's collaboration, in this case, this is not a good thing. We want to keep them separated. Finally, a bit time-consuming, I thought about the idea of taking resources such as Blackboard Collaborate or something like Skype and communicate with our students in a connection with them, give them the test right there, face-to-face in real time, just as I'm doing right now with you. I ask you the question, what color is my shirt? You come back with the answer. I see you looking at me. Almost impossible to cheat. Again, students can do the most creative things. I realize there's potential, but again, we can't reduce it 100%. If we can reduce it, we make it a little bit more difficult. Again, back to my thought process here. I ask you a question, you give me the answer. I take a pause for a second, I write it down. This is what you gave me the answer to. Time consuming for the instructor, no doubt about it. I've got to take through the test student by student, write down their answers, simulate those back into the bigger picture. But something to think about for a certain exam, something critical, something we want to make sure the students are in line. Again, bottom line, big picture overall, eliminating all cheating, even in a regular classroom, is almost impossible. But there are clearly ways to reduce the cheating and curb the issues we may find. Thank you so much.